Good morning. Welcome to 3-Minute Manna. I hope you're doing well today. Our reading this morning comes from Isaiah chapter 41. In Isaiah chapter 41, at verse 10, we read, Fear not, the Lord says. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. The Lord strengthens us. In Philippians chapter 4, verse 13, Paul says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That does not mean what so many worldly people think that it means today. What Paul was saying was, I have learned how to be abased and I have learned how to abound. He had learned how to be content. And it is in learning that from the Lord, it is the Lord who strengthens us. We understand that the Lord is our food. In John chapter 6, as Jesus talks about, He is the true bread from heaven. He says, for the bread of God is He who comes, this is John 6 verse 33, for the bread of God is He who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world. They said, give us this bread always. Jesus said, I am the bread of life. He who comes to me shall never hunger. We consume Him. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. We consume the Word. Peter says, where else shall I go? You have the words of life. We believe you are the Christ. Consume the Word. Eat the Word. But not only consume it, in John chapter 4, verse 33, in the woman at the well passage, after the woman left and the disciples come back, and the disciples say, has anyone brought him anything to eat? In John chapter 4, verse 33, Jesus said, my food is to do the will of Him who sent me. See, not only do we consume the Word, we live the Word. All right, so that's our food. That's what we eat. That's what we consume. But not only do we eat, Hebrews chapter 5, at verse 14, it talks about exercising our senses, according to Hebrews. So not only do we consume the Word, but we also exercise. We exercise our minds, we exercise our hearts. And then, of course, as we think about the Lord strengthening us, we think of Ephesians. In Ephesians chapter 6, as it talks about putting on the whole armor of God. In Ephesians chapter 6, he says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. Ephesians 6, verse 11, put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Verse 13, therefore take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. The Lord strengthens us through what has been revealed. I am not ashamed of the message. I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of God unto salvation. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. God says, I will strengthen you, and how He does it is through His Word. I hope you've enjoyed this study this morning. I took an extra 30 seconds of your day. I sure do apologize about that. God bless you. Be a blessing to someone else today. Have a good day. We hope to see you tomorrow morning.